today. We are coming off the high that was the Atlanta Pin Show. And, well, it really wasn't that much of a high, but it felt good. I was so happy to be there. And let's talk about it and let's get into all of my things. So, if you're into stationery, fountain pens, and chit chat about meeting up with other stationery and fountain pen lovers, then this video is for you. You already know me if you've been around. But if you are new here, honey, my name's Christa David, and I love stationery. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. This is my joy. Welcome to the chaos party. And I don't have any plans for this video, so it's basically a chatty video. Don't know how long it's gonna be, so get you some tea or coffee or a cocktail, whatever, and get in here, okay? So, I'm drinking some black tea that's like a vanilla caramel tea. Yeah, vanilla caramel. And I have 2 tea bags in here, I know, but I got my big old Gigi cup because I'm a Gigi. And this is my second fill. So I put 2 tea bags in. I made a lavender, not a lavender, I made a London fog this morning. And then when I was done, I just put some more water in the cup. And it tastes like watered down tea, but that's okay. So I went to the Atlanta Pin Show. I'm gonna post my video from last year's Atlanta Pin Show, which was my first pin show ever. And I live in Atlanta. I had just learned about the pin show. I just started really collecting fountain pens at the beginning of 2024, but I've been using fountain pens like all of my adult life, on and off, right? But I fell into the rabbit hole 2024, went hard. So if you want to see me collect 50 fountain pens, go back and watch 2024. It was nothing but fountain pens. And then 2025, I sort of slowed down a bit and didn't collect as much. Bought way more inks, tried to enjoy my pens, but I did go to the Atlanta Pin Show and I blew my budget. I didn't even have a budget. I thought I had a budget, but I think I spent over $2,000 at the Atlanta Pin Show last year. But I share everything in that video that I'll link in the description, so take a look at that. And this year I set a budget of $800, and I didn't really want anything. And I'm happy to report that I didn't blow my budget at all. I came in under budget, and that makes me happy. It makes me want to go run out and buy something else online just so I can spend my money that I put aside for the pin show. If you know me, you know that I have another channel called Fun Money Co, where I talk all about personal finance. I save for the things that I want little by little. So I've been saving for this pin show since last summer. Like, I've just been putting money in my little hobbies envelope, and so I had about $800 that I wanted to spend. And here's what happened at the pin show. And as we go through, I'm also going to just share like some tips, some things that I would do before I go to my next pin show. So first thing I did that I was really happy about, because I knew I didn't really want to, let me tell you what my plan was. My plan was just to buy 2 pins. I wanted to definitely get a Pilot Custom 912 with a FA nib, a flex nib, Falcon nib, and I wanted to get a Sailor Pro Gear, because that is missing from my collection. Those, I didn't have any flex nibs in my collection at all, and I really wanted that Pilot Custom 912. I had tested it out at last year's pin show and I fell in love with it, but by the time I fell in love with it, I was already like 4 or 5 pins in, because I think I bought like 8 pins last year at the show. And so I knew I wanted that, and I knew I wanted a Sailor Pro Gear because I like the girth of the Pro Gear. I have a few Pro Gear Slims, and I was like, okay, I want a Pro Gear. When I went to look at the vendor list before going to the show, which that's tip number 1, find out who's at the who's gonna be at the show before you spend your money to pay to go to the show. And I was really sad. I didn't do that, by the way. I knew I was gonna go because I live in Atlanta. It's right there. I can just go to the show. And I looked at the vendor list and I was so sad to see that Pilot wasn't going to be at the show this year. They were at the show last year because I tested out every single Pilot pen, but they wasn't there this year. And I was like, womp womp. And then I was like, who's selling Sailor pens? I don't, so I had to look through all the vendors to see who would have some. And I was like, all right. So I was already like bummed out. So that's my first tip. Go look at the vendor list to see who is at the show so that you can make a plan. So I looked at all the rooms. I knew where I was going to go to get what I needed. And then I booked I knew I also wanted to get pins worked on by Kirk Spears. So I booked my appointment. Sadly, he only had availability on Sunday. I only wanted to go to the pin show on Saturday, but I also needed these pins worked on. So I went also on Sunday for a couple hours. But I know that going next year, I will just get my ticket for Saturday. I only need to be there one day. And I got to get my appointment in with the Nibmeisters early because they book up fast. Saturday is the most popular day at the Atlanta Pin Show. So anyway, that's all I wanted. I wanted 2 pins and I wanted to get 3 pins worked on. That's it. And I said, okay, well, $800 should be sufficient. And that's what happened, girl. So another thing that I did was this year I took a class because I knew I had already looked at the vendor list. There wasn't a lot that I wanted to go. I think your first pin show, you're so excited. I was just so overwhelmed. I went to every table like 5 times my first show. This show, I was done after like 2.5 hours, 3 hours. But I did take a class, which was wonderful. It was, the class was good. I mean, the artist was really um, transparent that this was a workshop that he's trying to refine, etc. And I've done lots of facilitations and workshops, so I know how it is when you're trying to refine a session, but I'm also really good at facilitating and teaching. So I will say he was a great guy. I learned some things in this class. I love that he gave us resources. I think the content of the class could have been tighter. Like, not everybody's a teacher, right? Not everybody has that skill, but they have the desire to share. This is just me being honest. I'm not like, I went to this class because I was like, oh, I'm having artist block right now, and it would be great to be able to take something that I love and that I have, i.e. all of these fountain pens, vintage ones, modern ones, and be able to incorporate that into my practice. So to learn that this artist, he's been making a drawing a day since January 1st, 2012, I was like, sign me up. So I paid $60 for the class. We got a signed book, which I think is totally worth it. And we got all these resources. Oh man, please hold. Let me go get the resources. We got resources. I was reading through them, so they were on my coffee table ottoman. And I really appreciate that. So it was worth the money. It was great to see all of his really old fountain pens and to hear about just the history of fountain pens. And then I love that I have resources to refer back to and places where I can go learn more about these fine writing instruments. So took a class, also met some really great other pen lovers there. I sat next to a young woman named Mackenzie, Mackenzie, if you're watching, I can't wait for you to start your YouTube channel. And she was there with her other friend. I hope I'm not butchering her name, Elisa. and she has a YouTube channel. I'm gonna link it below. Her channel is great. I've already started watching the videos, and I love what she's doing, and it's actually inspiring me to do better with my own like editing, because y'all know I don't edit these videos. It's I don't got time. But her channel is wonderful. So I met those two ladies, and then I also spent a lot of time chatting with Tony of Feed Your Creativity. Tony, I'll link her channel below. I don't have any B-roll from the pin show. Sorry, I am not a vlogger. I try, but I keep forgetting to like pull out my phone. I was just so happy to have lots of conversations with people. So I was sitting at their tables, I was dilly-dallying, I was kikiing, but I was not with my camera out. So I'm pretty sure Tony of Feed Your Creativity will have a blog. So you want to go check out that if you want to see like the tables and the goods and all that stuff. And Tony also has a Substack, which I'm going to sign up for today because, yeah, she's sharing all of her, like, there's so many different types of shows happening all over the country for stationery lovers. And I'm hoping she'll put out a list of them just so that we can know about them. Because, girl, I'll just be in my home ordering things online. But I would love to go to a stationery conference. That would be fun for me. So I took a class. I got this book. Let me just show you. And the cool thing about his books is that this is volume 7, and all of his sketches are in all of the volumes. So it's not a book with words, it's a book with pictures. So just to give you a sense of his drawings, his art. And he's making these with, and like he'll have like the month, and then this is what he did in August. So this kind of stuff is so meditative, and he's making a whole world of characters, which I think is so neat. So I'm glad I got this book because I can start sketching with my pens. And he talked a lot about flex pens because, I guess that's a lot what artists use. This is his signature, so it's a signed copy. And again, it was worth the $60, and it was a 90-minute class. And we got to touch these really old pens, and it was just lovely learning about the history of fountain pens. So I'm grateful that I went to the class, and he's a New Yorker. So the next time I'm in New York, I'm probably going to hit him up and be like, hey, let's have coffee, Scott. Would you like that? Chit chat about pens? We can go have a sketch date or whatever. I don't know. I don't know if he would be open to that, but he seemed like a really nice guy. Everybody at the pen show is nice. We're all like nerds who would love to talk to other nerds about nerdy things like pens and paper. So he gave us this. The name of the class was called the Analog Line. And again, it was about vintage flex. So I'm on the lookout for a Waterman 52, like everybody, who's into vintage pens. But I do want to get, I think in my video last year, that's what I was looking for at the Atlanta Pen Show. And I did buy a Waterman, and it didn't have that much flex in it. It had some. I'm gonna ink it up in tomorrow's video because I'm curious about it now that I've taken this class. So I am gonna be on the lookout for a Waterman 52. And so that was course materials and reference. Doesn't this look so nice? And I love that he put it in a manila folder with this little thing here. I'm probably gonna cut this out and put it in my journal. And then he gave us the syllabus. And yeah, so these were the different things. I wish we had gotten to see more of the slide deck. We were having some tech difficulties, but I would love to see the slide deck for what he had, because he has so many great photos of old things. So we learned about all of these different filling mechanisms. So like, this is a good resource. So I'm actually gonna hand copy this into my Commonplace book because I don't want to lose it. And I think soon I'm going to be moving my Commonplace over to what do you call those, field notes. And I'm going to write all of this stuff there because, one, I love keeping notes, but I can't keep paper around. It needs to be contained in a bound situation for me to hold on to it. So this was really helpful. And it was really nice to see that I have some of these, right? I have the Schaefer lever filled. I have a button filled Parker. I have a aerometric Parker. So it was just nice to like get some of these terms and like see them. And then I love like timelines. Like I have 2 degrees in history, so like being able to piece together historical facts about a thing. This is why I love old things. So I'm looking for the Waterman 52, intro year 1910s, 1915 to 1930, lever fill. So, and this is helpful because now when I go on eBay, I can type in these terms instead of just saying vintage Parker. I can like put in different things, right? So, and it just kept going. Artist reference, so different artists who use fountain pens to draw. He gave us that. He also gave us some more references of books, periodicals, lineage, technique. So this is what you're paying for. This is why I feel like it was worth it, because I didn't know we were getting all of this. I just knew we were getting the signed copy of the book and we get to talk to the artist. And that was worth it to me for $60. But then when he let us see all of his pens and chatted with us, he had a table. We can like just sit with him and like sketch and talk. And then he gave us all of these resources. Like this takes time to curate and to put something together thoughtfully like this. And this is worth it to me. Like to now I can go online and start looking up these things and like just fall into the rabbit hole of the history of like fountain pens and flex pens and artists who use them and illustration and like, so it was worth it to me. So I appreciated all of that. And then he gave us this. Look at him. He's adorable with his mustache. That's exactly how he looked. So well put together. Like polished. And then he gave us this. This is like an art piece, which I thought was so nice. So I'm gonna frame this actually. I know it's like a copy, like a photocopy, but still. It's still, I mean, some very nice paper. And I should have had him sign that joint. Ugh, next time. Maybe if he comes back next year to the Atlanta Pen Show, because this would be nice. I'm gonna put this in a frame and put this in my office. And then we got these postcards. So this is gonna go in my planner pop-up because they're really adorable. So again, worth the money for me, and I'm so happy. I signed up for that class at the last minute, and I was just so very happy. So that was experience number 1. And it's like, if you're gonna go to the pen shows, and if it's not your first one, definitely check out the classes. And like, it's a nice time to just get away from the hustle and bustle for 90 minutes or an hour to do something. And they had other classes, but this is the one I'm glad I went to because it's gonna help me in my art practice. Okay, within 5 minutes of walking in, so right before my class, I bought my first pen. I didn't even need to like think about this, friend. So let's go over what I got. I know it took us a while to get here, but this is it. I didn't buy anything. I got a free pen. I will never turn down a uni Jetstream pen. Like I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm going to always take what. If you say to me, hey, Christa, here's a box of pens. Look at that. It's so smooth. It's just a pen. It was free, Jetstream. It's blue too. So anyway, so within a few minutes of walking in, I got this. I'm not going to hold you. I'm not even going to make you wait. I got my Pilot Custom 912 Falcon Nib. It's not one of these fancy looking pens. It's just a black print. Actually, I'm starting to appreciate the pens that are so simple like this. And I do have a platinum that is black with gold trim. That's the other black pen that I have. And I was so close to buying a Sailor Pro Gear that was the black one with the silver trim. I think it was silver trim, but I didn't. So this is my I haven't inked it up. I didn't even need to test it or anything because I know what it writes like. Isn't that beautiful? It's a gold nib, it's rhodium trim, and y'all already know pilots are everything. 14 karat gold, custom heritage 912. So got this, happy to have it in my collection. I feel satisfied. What did I pay for this? What did I pay for this? I think I paid, let's keep a list. I will double check, but I'm pretty sure. Let me just check my EMS. I paid $290. Now, I did not, here's another tip. I should have gone online prior to my pen show, looked up the price ranges of every pen before I got to the pen show. You should definitely know what things cost because, oh, sorry, I think I just knocked out my light. Oh, please hold. Okay, sorry about that. I was like playing footsies under my desk. So you should definitely know what the price is of things just going in. And I didn't check the price of this. Like, it could probably, let's look it up. Pilot Custom 912. I probably could have gotten a better deal. Nope, nope, nope. So this was a good deal. So at Goulet Pens right now, this is $320. At Jet Pens is $320. At Atlas is $320. At Gold Spot is $320. At Pen Boutique is $320. But here's where this is where it gets crazy. On eBay, you could probably find it cheaper, but then you may have to deal with customs and all that kind of business. I was like, in my mind, I was like, under $300, I'm getting the pen. So it was $290 and you get to talk. I think another thing to remember is that you're also just, it's the experience of buying the pen is different from buying it online. You get to chat with the seller, the dealer, you know, and just sort of like, you know, you get all these happy feelings and you get to associate the pen with a moment in time. That's another reason why it's good to buy pens at a pen show, because now you have a little story. And if that's important to you, it's not important to me for every purchase. Obviously, I buy pens online, but I liked that I could connect with the seller and, you know, whatever the case may be. With that said, though, I still think you need to check prices beforehand. I don't think it's customary to haggle with dealers at a pen show. I don't even think I would do that because these are independent sellers trying to make a living, sell their things. So, and again, you're paying for the experience. You don't have to wait for shipping. You can, you know, test out pens and do, you know, you get all of that. And you're paying for convenience. So, but I still think it's important to know what the pen costs, like the range. And then if you can get it for a deal, which I did, so I got this for $30 off and I didn't have to pay for shipping and I didn't have to wait, then you're like, great, it's great. It doesn't always work out that way, but just keep that in mind. So I got this and we'll ink this up in the next video. And play with the inks that I got as well. So I paid $290. Oh, I didn't write. Let's keep a little tab, shall we? So my class was $60, and then the pilot was $290. After I bought my pilot, again, right before I went to the class, I made a beeline to my faves, your faves, hopefully, Franklin-Christoph. And wait, where's my pen case? Okay. If I had the money, I would have purchased a pen, but I knew what I needed to do. I needed to get my Sigma Bold Franklin-Christoph nib repaired because I'm pretty sure I bent it. And I think I bent it because I didn't remember what the shape of the pen looked like. So I'm glad I have this little loop now where I can I'm going to start studying all the nibs of my pens because this started writing weird and I was like, something's not right with it. And I looked at it and I was like, oh, maybe I need to bend it. And I don't know, I'm stupid. I'm ridiculous. But I couldn't remember what the shape looked like before when I first bought this Sigma Bold nib from Franklin-Christoph last year. And I love this nib. The Sigma nibs are perfection for me. The Sigma nib is basically a stub and a cursive smooth italic or italic having a baby. It's perfection. And I believe the Sigma nib is proprietary to Franklin-Christoph. So I went there and I had Audrey, the nib meister, she fixed my nib. So baby, at Franklin-Christoph, oh, I don't have any ink in this, but we'll ink this up, but it's fixed. So I got my nib fixed, and because I love the Sigma nib so much, I got a Sigma, I got 2 more nibs from Franklin-Christoph. I got a Sigma, I got a medium Sig, right? And I don't know which one it is. Let's just look at it. This is the Sig. I can tell now that I have me a loopity loop. No, this is the Flex. I bought a Flex and I bought a Sigma medium because I want to collect all the Sigmas. So next year when I go back, yeah, this is the Sig. Next year when I go back, oh wait, is this the Flex? Oh my God. I'm sure it says it on the pen. This one is, oh boy. Oh yeah, this one must be the Sig. I'm looking at it through my loopity loop. Yeah, this is the Flex. Yeah, you can tell. So this is my Sig medium. And then I bought a Flex because I was like, you need to get more Flex nibs in your collection. And I like the Franklin-Christoph nibs. So I got a Sig medium, and a Flex. And then I got my Sig Bold Fix. And I spent $94 at Franklin-Christoph. Okay, $94. So that's what I got. Shout out to Audrey. She's amazing. Then I went to my class. Still couldn't find, after the class, I could not find, I saw a couple Sailor Pro Gears, and they were $400. One dealer was selling like the Area 51 for $300, but I just didn't like, I wanted a Sailor Pro Gear to be in this shape. Even though this is not my favorite shape, I like cigar shape. But I wanted my Sailor Pro Gear to be in this kind of flat top shape. And he had a couple for $400. And I think there was one called Evening Sky or something like Evening Tea or whatever. It's white with baby blue finials, baby blue top and baby blue bottom, top and bottom. And I kept picking it up and I was like, I want this pen. It was $400, but I didn't get it. I didn't get a Sailor at all. But that's okay. I just kept feeling like I should probably do some more research online. Maybe I can find one. I did see a Sailor that looked really nice. Because I think the Pro Gears, I'm not going to get the perfect color. Like, the Pro Gears don't come in the best colors. And I heard from another dealer that you can get better Pro Gear colors in Japan because they just, they keep the goods for themselves. The Pro Gear Slims come in all the beautiful colors, but I want a thicker pen. So I didn't get a Pro Gear, but I did see a dealer who was selling a Japanese exclusive Pro Gear, and I thought about it for a second. I think she was selling for $550. It was the Haji Manjia one, and it was beautiful, but I was like, I couldn't pull the trigger. But she had another pen that now I am obsessed with, and I am going to probably spend $600 on this pen. I had seen the pen and I wanted the pen, but I wanted to see it in person. It's the Platinum Mint Tea. Oh my God, it's gorgeous in person. It's so gorgeous. She was also selling hers for $550, but I saw one on eBay for a brand new one for that price. Sorry, my stomach is growling. I did not have breakfast. So I guess I'll say this about the Sailor Pro Gear. I will get one. I definitely want a medium nib. So if you are selling a Pro Gear, send me your photos, Christa at christadavd.com. If it's pre-loved and in good condition, I've been doing my little Googles. I am like, if you're willing to part with it for $300, we can talk. Again, good condition, that kind of thing. Because I've seen brand new ones for $360, right? So I didn't get the Pro Gear, but I will get one. I'm just gonna let it come to me. But that Platinum, I'm probably gonna jump ahead and get that. Like, it's just too beautiful to look at. It's just spectacular. Medium nib is what I want. So anyway, that's that. That's what I got from Franklin-Christoph. Now let's go into the second pen, which was, Tony was taking me to the dealer that she knew sold Pro Gears, and Pro Gears. And we passed by this table, these older ladies. I think her name was Linda. I do not have her card with me right nearby. And I saw this pen. Hold on a minute. I just realized I don't have the other inks that I wanted to show you. I am all over the place. Okay, I got my other bag. I was like, where's the other stuff? So I ended up seeing this pen, and I bought this pen because it simply made me happy. But it was Tony who was like, she has like 1,000 pens, and I'm not exaggerating. So that includes all of her fountain pens, all her ballpoint pens, etc. And I said, well, I've never heard of Levenger. She was like, no, they're good writers. And I was like, okay, I trust you. Like, because I mean, these are people who are experienced with pens and they have large collections. So I saw this pen, y'all, and I mean, it says happiness all over it. Okay, and interacting with the sellers, they were like these two old ladies, like they were probably in their late 70s, and they were adorable. Like, the price is not right. What does this say? And did you see that? I can't hear what you're saying. Just to experience them was joy to me, because I was like, yeah, I want to be 79 at a pen show selling my things. So here's the pen. You ready for happiness in a box? Ah! So cute. Look how cute it is. You guys, look at this pen. It's joy. And I know what you're thinking. If you're a pen lover, you and I are thinking the same thing. Okay? You could put any ink in here. I mean, you could put any ink in any pen, but like, it's not going to bother you. Any ink can go in here. Every ink can go in here. The only ink I wouldn't put in here is black. But like, baby, look at this. So I don't know anything about Levenger, so feel free to share in the comments. But it's a slim sort of pen, but you don't need to post it. Feels good. It's not heavy. It's very light. But it was just too joyful. So I got this pen. I paid, here's the part that hurt my heart a little bit, just a tiny bit. I paid the retail price for this pen. So I paid, I'm just gonna put it as Levenger, L-E. I paid $100. If you want this pen, you can go onto Levenger's website and you can get it for $52. That's what it was yesterday. So sometimes it doesn't work out in your favor, okay? But I didn't know that. And I don't even think the sellers knew that. I think they were just like, pen is $100, that's what we're selling it for. And I have no regrets because I got the experience of seeing these ladies sell their pens. They were so joyful and happy. And I've logged a memory in my mind of what my future could potentially look like as I move into retirement, which is selling my wares at pen shows. I would love that. Do you understand? So I'm happy with the pen. Paid $100 and I can't wait to ink it up. And it comes with a converter and it comes with a cartridge. So super nice box. Happy to have it. And again, don't know anything about this brand, but I can't wait to learn more. So those are my 2 pens that I got, y'all. That's it. And I still got and then I moved into the ink territory. Okay. So let's talk about that. Mythic. I didn't get a pen from them, but they were so nice. And so shout out to them. I think next year I'll be in a better position I want to definitely support them and get a pen. But here's what I got. So Mythic is Brad. He was super nice. So Brad had this box of inks on Sunday where he was like, make me an offer. And this is just from his personal collection. So I got these 2 bottles and we'll swatch these tomorrow. Verdigris Urban and Monteverdi Charlotte. So it's like a glurple. And then this is like a gray, I think. But we will swatch these. You know how much you gave me? These are full bottles, y'all. There's nothing. These are full bottles. There's nothing missing from these bottles. I got both of these for $5. 2 bottles of ink for $5. Like, hello. And he had lots in there, but these were the 2 that I was like trying to be mindful of what I didn't have. So thanks, Brad, for that. So that was $5. So I'll just put ink. Actually, let's just say we're gonna add up all the ink. So $5. And then Brad was so sweet. He gave me another full bottle of this. This is their signature ink that they made with Andurilium. It's a purple ink. And he gave this to me for free. It was Sunday. So I guess that is a benefit of being at the show when they're closing down. People are just like, make me an offer and giving you free things. So this is like a purple. And purple is not my jam at all. Like, this was a stretch for me. But if it's going to be purple, it needs to have like black in it. But this is their signature color. So I guess this will be one that I will be happy to give samples of to people who like purple. But yeah, I got this. So I got 3 bottles of ink for $5 from Mythic. Okay, so that was that ink. Another ink. Here's some stickers I got from them too. They had really nice stickers. So then the other inks I got, not of course, but this year I bought the, I've already messed it up because I got it all over me. This was the official ink of the Atlanta Pen Show, and it's really pretty. I don't want to open it because it's gonna get all over me. It looks like Yamabudo. Sailor, the Yamabudo. It's like a magenta burgundy-ish color. It's very pretty. And I'm glad I got this because I wanted to buy Yamabudo, but I was like, I don't want to spend $30 on a giant bottle of ink. I wish they didn't have any of the smaller ones. They just had the big bottles. So I got this for $12. So 12 and 5, that's 17. Where's my calculator? Anyway, 12 and 5 is 17. And then I got, let's just put that down. 17 for that inks, and then more ink. And then I went to, I think it's Florida Pen. What was on the bag? Florida Fountain Pen. And like I did last year, and I got some more inks from them, Robert Oster. I'm just trying to build up my own little like collection of, man, my stomach is growling, of inks by one brand that I really like. So these were on my list. I keep a list in my phone. If you're around, if you've been around, you know that I keep a list of like inks in my phone, and I just cross them off when I find them. So I paid $38 for these 2 bottles. So $38. And I got African Gold, which was on my list, and I got avocado. Can't say enough about greens. And let me just show you. So this is my, I've had this list for a long time. I don't know if you can see it. Fountain pen and ink wish list. So, I mean, I have lots here that, oh my gosh, I should have eaten. And you can see I was able to cross off African Gold here. So, yeah. A lot of my pens I've gotten. See? I only have a couple pens on my list that I'm like, but I need to add that, I need to add the platinum peppermint tea medium. Like, I have to have it. I am willing to spend the money for it. It's like, I don't have another Grail pen. I think that's it. Peppermint tea medium nib. That's it for me. And yeah, that's it. So I spent $38 on those inks, so we'll swatch those. What else did I get? I got, of course, I went to Anderillium. Oh, I forgot I had candy in here. And I bought just one ink. Last year I bought I bought 3 inks. But this year I just bought one. Again, I felt really like reserved. Like, I know what I'm here for. I don't feel pressured to buy anything. I'm just here to, add things to my collection that I know need to be there and would fit in and I would use. And it wasn't about get all the things. It's like, so this is another one. This is one that I saw last year that I was on the fence about. It's the Luna Moth Green. It looks really nice with the one that I already have, which is the Rosy Maple. But this one is really pretty. I think this will look so good in my Twisby Jade. So this may be the permanent color for that Twisby Jade. So I did get the Anderillium, and that was $15. Did I get any other inks? No, I think that was it for the inks. So that was $15. And did I get anything else? I got this free. This was on the table. This is a loop, plastic loop, so I can see my lenses. I got that for free. Tony gave me this cute. I bought some from her last year, but this is adorable. This is going on. It's a planner charm, and it's a tulip. Oh, I love it so much. So I got that for free. Got some free candy, and y'all, that's it. So let's add up our total. Let me get my calculator, and let's see what the damage was. 60 plus 290. Wait, first of all, I got into the show. I got my pins worked on, and that was $60. Sorry. And then the show, I went 2 days, so $10 each day, $20. Did I write down the show ink? No, I didn't write down the show ink. Yeah, I did. 12 and 5. So that's 17, 38, 15. Okay, so that's the total. So we have 60 plus 290 plus 94 plus 100 plus 17 plus 38 plus 15 plus 60. I mean, it adds up. $694, but I'm still under budget. My budget was $800, remember? So I'm feeling amazing, okay? Because I honored my budget, and I think it has everything to do with I'm so on top of my money this year thanks to like cash budgeting, Fund Money Co, etc., that I'm just staying. It's okay to just enjoy what you can with the resources you have. Like, I had a great time at the show talking to people, trying out things. I didn't need to bring everything home. And I had to remind myself, you can only use one pen at a time. And the pens will be here. And if you want to buy another pen in a month or two or whatever, you can. You don't have to do it all right now. So I feel really blessed. I got some good things. I didn't feel like I bought anything impulsively. I did follow my bliss here, and I'm happy about that. And I got my pens fixed. Other pens that I got fixed, I didn't even finish telling you, girl. So I got my beloved Sigma Bold fixed by Audrey at Franklin-Christoph, and then I had Kirk Spear work on these two pens. My Pilot Vanishing Point is now a really sweet, fine nib, so I can use it in my planner. So I'm gonna ink this up permanently with Diatramentis black, just so I can like use it in my planner. Or brown. I have brown as well. So any kind of archival ink I would use because I want to be able to highlight, right? So Kurt did this for me. Oh, Jesus, come to the meeting, Holy Ghost. Oh gosh, there's no ink in here, but we will ink them up in the next video. So I have that. And then I have been waiting to enjoy my Leonardo since I got it last May. This was such an important pen for me. I bought this to commemorate me paying off the last $90,000 of my $120,000 student loan debt, which essentially made me debt free except for my mortgage. And I wanted to commemorate this occasion with this pen. I got this pen and I was like, this nib is trash. Like, it was so scratchy and it was just uncomfortable to use. So I've been waiting to like enjoy this pen for a very long time. Kurt tuned it, and I didn't change it's still a medium. I didn't change the size of the nib. He just tuned it, and it's now great. Will I ever buy another Leonardo? No, I will not. Unless I'm in the Leonardo shop where they're going to tune the pen while I'm sitting there, I am not buying another Leonardo. Unless I'm at a pen show and Leonardo is selling the pen and will tune it while I'm sitting there, I am not buying another Leonardo. This is the worst pen experience I've ever had. Out of the box. And at this price point, like, this is a gold nib Leonardo. You would expect that the nib would be tuned before it leaves. Like, I don't know, whatever. But it's perfect now. Yay! Oh, and I got this pen for free. So that's it. $694 at the pen show. I feel amazing with all of my goodies. So here's what we're going to do in the next video. I'm going to find some pens to put my Sigma Flex on and my Sigma Medium on. I may end up, even though I love this Franklin-Christoph with this italic, fine italic nib on, I don't like touch. It's just so wonderful. It's perfect. I don't want to touch it. So I'm going to find 2 pins to put these on, and then we will swatch all of our inks in the next video and ink up. I'll already have these inked up so that we can test them out, but we're going to swatch inks and test out my nibs. We're going to ink up these pens in the next video. Actually, we should probably, because I want to have them already inked up before. So what I'm going to do, because I do want to use these inks, so what I'm going to do is, of these inks here, I will add ink to this pen, which I think will be the Luna Moth, will go in here because I think that will be good. I just want to have them already inked up so that we can just test. Yeah, I'll put the seed. You can put any ink in here. So I'll ink that up. And then my pilot, I will probably ink it up with African Gold because I really want to see that. Anyway, we'll swatch and we'll ink up these pens. I'll already have these inked up just because I know I want to put my Birmingham Penco Bluebell or Bell Diving Bell in here. I'm going to put Diatramentis Black in here. I don't know what I'm going to put in here. Maybe I'll put the Atlanta Pen Show ink in here. Anyway, we're going to ink up some pens and we're going to swatchy swatch in my swatch book. And that will be the next video. Okay? If this video delighted you in any way, honey, I would love it for you to like, comment, subscribe, hype it up if you can. That would mean the world to me. Yes, that would just mean the world to me. So do me that solid, okay? Share the video with a lover of stationery and pens. And yeah, I will catch you in the next video, friend. And this was my Atlanta Pen Show. What's all this stuff? Oh, these are like cards and stuff. This is the band from the day one. This is, oh, I'm not going to the Atlanta Pen Show, but that might be fun. What was this? Pen collectors. Oh, that was another thing. I didn't add that into the money. Girl, we have to add $25 more. Sorry. $7.19. So that $25 is because I joined the Atlanta Pen Show. I mean, the Atlanta Pen Group. We have a pen group down here. And I'm officially a member. I will be getting my newsletter in the mail. They have monthly meetups. So I went ahead and I paid because, again, the community is just wonderful to sit and geek out with other pen people. So $719, just made it. Just made it. Okay, that's it. These are all of the things. I didn't buy anything else. Oh, there was one other thing, friend. Friends, how could I forget? I don't have it in front of me. Oh my gosh, I am so ridiculous. Let me go get it. You know what the issue was? I came home after the pen show and I put all my stuff on the ottoman just to look at it. And as I was gathering it up for this video, I just forgot stuff. I also got this free pen when I signed up for the pen club, Atlanta Pen Club. It's just a Jinhao 9019, but it's a free pen and it's a demonstrator, so I can like have fun with this. I'm probably gonna, what is the nib size? I'm gonna use my loop. It is a medium, so I'm probably gonna have fun with this. Some shimmers and things, so got that for free. But I didn't tell you about this. You remember my vintage oversized balanced Schaefer and the lever fell off when we were like in the middle of a video? Well, the seller that I bought this pen from, I took it back. He was so kind, Nick. He fixed the pen. I had lost the little pin that was in here. There's a tiny little pin that kind of hinges it together. What he did was he just gave me a whole new body from, because he has so many of these that he was selling. He just gave me a whole new body that was already restored, and then he took my old one back. The cap is still from what I had, but shout out to Nick. Now my oversized balance, my beloved. This is my beloved. I want another one of these with a fine nib. This one is like a stub. We had to grind it down to a stubby. But yeah, so that one also got fixed. Ooh, I'm gonna ink it up. Ah! Okay. You guys. And then I'm on the hunt for a platinum pocket pen because Mackenzie had one that had strawberries on it. It was so unbelievable. So Mackenzie, if you're watching this, please send me that link, girl, because I need that pen also. Okay, so that's it, friends. That is it. This is it. I'm gonna sign off now. And I had a wonderful time at the Atlanta Pin Show, chit-chatting with everybody. Stayed in my budget. We did 700. Wait, was that right? Now I'm like, did I press too many buttons? $719. That's where. Okay. Still under budget. Feeling really good. No regrets. Can't wait to do it again next year. And now I'm saving up for the stationery fest because I feel like that's going to be $1,000 situation. Yeah, $1,000 situation. But I have until August, and you save up for the things that you want, right? Yes, that's what we do around here. That's what I believe. So, okay. My baby is back. Let me get her back in. I gotta get her back in the case. Put her back in my beautiful wooden box. Okay, that is it. Love you, friends. And I will catch you in the next video. Let's get inky. Sip and swatch. That's what we're doing next, okay? Bye.